everybody. Welcome to Whiskey at Work.
It's about time.
It's been a couple of weeks since we said, we've had things going on.
Most paranoid pandemic person in the world, guess what?
Guess what I accidentally got? But I'm fine, thank you for asking. And I do appreciate the cards and letters and bottles of whiskey that were sent my way from my mother-in-law, who continues to watch Whiskey at Work. I appreciate that. It's been great.
You'd think she'd be tired of you by now. And to
she
have
is,
you
I
on a recording all the time to watch at her leisure.
When I think about that, it is amazing that she has put up with me for as long as she has. How have you been though, Rob? How's things? Good?
Normal? Still avoiding it as best I can.
Did you get your deck done?
I did front one's done now, I think.
How many you got?
Well, there's 2 in the back and 1 in front.
Wow. That must be nice.
Got to have some place to drink all this booze. I don't know what to tell you.
You know what we've never done on these episodes of Whiskeys at Work, Rob? How long have we been doing this? 17, 18 years? Something like that.
A little over 2 years, isn't it?
Look at the gray in the beard. You can tell it's been a long time. When are you going to do yours, by the way?
The beard?
Yeah, do you got to wait till October?
Yeah, maybe I'll start October.
You're not going to bring it in till then? I'm the only one in the office right now, aside from Andy and Brandon. But yeah, you got to help. They're not
aside
gray.
From Andy, Brandon,
I need help. I need help because you're as grayer than I am.
Oh yeah, I am.
I need that.
You need a little confidence booster, do you?
Yes, I need that to come in a little bit. We have never. we get. What would you say? Weekly. How many questions do you think we get asked?
Have we had some? I don't know. I don't get on and look at that stuff.
Don't you? Well, I do. I have it all set up, and we get.
Bombarded, I'm sure.
We get some.
Why are you guys so stupid?
Every once in a while, there's a question that comes in. And I thought, let's answer some of these.
Why do you guys think you're funny?
Well, we've never thought that.
Because we're drinking.
Well,
that's why.
And we're funny to each other normally. But actually, we've had some people write in and ask us some questions, and I thought, let's answer some because
we're going for the mailbag.
Yeah, we're going for
How can you tell it's
the digital mailbag?
How can you tell it's a mailbag?
Because of its little. You guys watch not Blazing Saddles, Three Amigos. That's what that one's from. Good setup. I totally ruined that. I'm sorry.
You did.
Totally ruined that.
That's why we don't think we're funny.
All right.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me get my.
Let
me get my mail answering hat.
Oh, look at there. You came prepared for this one.
Well, it's a tribute to Mr. Rogers.
I know.
Like changing the sweater, but I'm all wired up because we're not that fancy, and so I had to stay seated, and I didn't have a sweater.
Have you ever had any questions about whiskey that you haven't had answered?
Well, it is kind of funny because when people know that we're on here, so I get asked different stuff all the time, and of course I can make up an answer, but I'm not an expert, which we discussed.
Almost every other episode.
In the last episode, extensively. But yeah, on occasion, what's the difference between this and this, and what makes Jack different than bourbon, and that kind of stuff, or what do you recommend for a beginner, and it's the same stuff that I'm sure that you get asked.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I went through and I found 3 that I thought were kind of interesting. Okay. That I don't know if we've ever talked about before.
Well, we did talk about which one. We talked about one pretty extensively on air. Was the neck pour.
We did do that one, and we totally disproved that whole thing. That's one of the dumbest. Still one of the dumbest. I don't know, things out there that people believe about whiskey. I think it really is.
It's sad. Really.
If you're not familiar, you can check out our neck pour video, or just look it up and laugh at the people who think it's a real thing. No, the first question, one we got, and I thought this was interesting because I guess I never really thought about this. How long does whiskey last in a bottle?
At my house?
Your house, days, if that. Depends on the week you've had.
I did look at the 175 of Jack I had and thought, oh shit, that was a short weekend.
Wow. You got rid of
No, it's not. It's not gone. It's just a little disturbing how much of it is gone.
Well, it's interesting because if you don't open a bottle of whiskey like this right here, This is an unopened bottle of Jack Daniel's Single Barrel. According to experts, this will...
Which we are not.
We're totally not. This will last indefinitely. It will not go bad, supposedly, as long as that seal is
Supposedly?
never cracked.
Supposedly.
But if you open a bottle, let's say we've got one that's this right here, we probably should finish.
Okay.
Because this, if you only have that much in there, it can go bad. Maybe 6 months to a year. The taste will, kind of fade away.
It's just got to be based on how much air has been in and out, and
Well, and how much alcohol you've released, because we
Right.
talked about that on I think it was the neck pour video, that the more times you open a bottle, the more alcohol vapor you're letting out, and it actually does lower the proof of your whiskey.
So shake it up.
Yeah, well, maybe that's
Get it all
I don't know
back
if it
in
gets
there.
back in there, but yeah. So if you've got bottles that are half to less than that, try to finish them up because they will go by. They will go
Maybe
bad.
not in one sitting.
Well,
unless
invite a friend.
you're
over.
a professional.
Yeah, unless you're Rob. All right, another question I had that we have never talked about, and I think we should at some point. We should try it, do the experiment. Whiskey stones. I had somebody ask whether or not those are worth it. You said you had a set, but have you ever used them?
I have tried them, and they were a gift. So I don't want to shit talk them too bad. But,
No, I think people can understand that.
but I mean, to me, part of the reason I use ice is so that it melts, and the same reason you use water.
Right.
I like it cold, and the ice melts and it dilutes it a little.
Brings out more flavor.
It brings
I
out
think,
more
sure.
flavor. Exactly. The stones themselves, I mean, are just cold pieces of steel or
Soapstone is what it's called, yeah.
and so they, obviously there's just a median temperature in there. At some point, the whiskey's going to get cooler and the stones are going to get warmer,
And that's it.
and it's still neat. Essentially, I don't know if you like your whiskey cold without any water in it. I mean, put your whiskey in the fridge. I don't know.
Well, that's where you should keep the good whiskey, like the peanut butter whiskey and the vanilla whiskey.
That's where the peanut butter whiskey is.
That's where it all
Which
goes.
you
to me.
love so much that you haven't had in a year.
I have that at home for special occasions. I don't bring it into work for these
We have
anymore.
it at work.
I didn't know we had a bottle here. Do we
It's
really?
in the freezer.
Well, why aren't I drinking
I
that
don't
right
have
now? I
any
haven't had any
idea.
dessert after lunch. I should have totally had some peanut butter whiskey.
Get rid
Well,
of it
damn
because
it.
it's been in there a long time. and
probably
clearly
has
it's
been.
going worse.
All right, I'll try that. So whiskey stones, yeah, I don't get the appeal of them either. I read a pretty interesting article that said the best way if you want to drink whiskey on ice, giant cubes are best for sipping because they will keep the whiskey cold, but they don't melt.
They don't melt. Yeah,
as
they don't have the
fast.
same surface area. That makes complete and utter
But
sense.
if you want your whiskey cold and like you've added water to it, small ice cubes, shaved ice, anything like that. I know,
what I need
maybe
is a
not shaved, but
whiskey
much.
slushy.
Oh, maybe we kind of did make one of those once.
You did. Oh
Remember?
yeah, with your fancy blender.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I'm gonna have to do that again
It
too.
was pretty good.
That's a good fall drink.
God, I hate
So yeah, if you ever get whiskey stones as a gift, thank the person because they probably thought they were really onto something. But chances are you're not going to use them very much. Okay,
Mine are still in the freezer. I'm not sure.
You have the stones, or are they steel?
They're steel.
Are they? All right.
Yeah.
Last question that we got, as far as you know.
God, that one guy's been busy.
Constantly asking us lots of questions.
How can I screw with them some more?
We did do, I think we did one episode, or we talked about one time about whiskey is actually a very healthy alcoholic drink.
For all you alcoholics.
For all
out
you
there.
alcoholics.
It's like salad.
And it's great at killing bacteria. So we had a question, and I don't know if obviously this person was joking. Is whiskey something you should take for a toothache? No, you should go to the dentist. That's the first thing you should do. But I get it. It's late
But
at
they
night.
only work every couple of days.
Sure.
So.
Late at night, tooth hurts. Maybe you've taken some Tylenol.
Yeah, throw a little liquor on
Throw a
top
little-
of it.
Well, here's the thing. You dip a cotton ball in whiskey. The higher the proof, the better.
Doesn't that just Tastes like a hairball when
And
you're trying to
stick
swallow
that-
the beer.
Well, I don't think you would be trying to suck it out of the, squeezing it. No, but they say you can dip it in there and then stick it up where the tooth hurts.
I'll stick it where
And
the
that can numb it for a long enough period of time to take the edge off and get you to the dentist. Or Rob can just be on his
come
fourth
over to my
glass.
house. We'll throw back a half a bottle of Jack. We
won't
won't even know we have teeth.
That's perfect. There you go. That was our.
Nothing
first-
will hurt till tomorrow morning, I promise.
And then it's just your head, and again, you still won't
May
care
have
about
to
your
call
teeth.
an Uber to get you to the dentist.
Oh my God! Great
See,
mailbag. These
we
were
are
great
funny.
questions. Well,
Well, I'm funny.
I giggled. I did what you said there. So anyway, if you have questions that you don't feel like, instead of just sending to us, if you don't feel like just Googling those questions and you want to send them to us, please do.
If you want an answer from a real expert,
Yes, if you then use
try the
Google.
Google.
Don't come to us for absolutely anything.
although they're going to be far less funny.
We're still
Entertaining.
trying to get our hands on that Jack Daniel's 10 year.
I'm trying.
I know Dan from Timmins Market, who we want to thank, of course, for being a part of this with us this whole time, is trying to get some of it for us. And I'm so excited to try that. I really hope we
I'm
can
more
get
excited
some.
to try that than the one that you sent me the other day.
Oh, we're going to also be drinking non-alcoholic whiskey.
What's the point?
I don't know, but it's becoming such a big deal.
Try that on your toothache and see how it does.
All I see now in my TikTok feed for sponsors and for commercials are this lady hawking the Kentucky 74, the non-alcoholic. It pops up all the time. That's where I got the idea. I just can't imagine that it's going to be any good.
We haven't found that around here, but I do have a lead on a non-alcoholic whiskey for some reason that somebody thought maybe I should try.
Dan sent me a picture. I asked Dan from Timmins if they have any of this stuff. He said, no, some people have brought it in. We've tasted it. It's awful. We weren't going to stock it. He goes, I was able to get a bottle, though, of what's called Sexy AF is the name of the whiskey.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, man, that's classy. You definitely want that in your liquor store. He goes, yeah, that's also one of the reasons why we decided not to put that on our shelves. So, I don't know. We'll try to find
That
some.
was a non-alcoholic one, too?
Non-alcoholic whiskey. Sexy AF is what it's called. Yep. Of course, you kids today, I'm sure you know what the AF means.
God
We'll
hates
leave
a
it there.
quitter.
Anyway, if you have questions, you can comment below on these videos. You can email through Facebook, I believe. I think I have something set up there.
Messages.
Through our website, too. You can.
God, we haven't mentioned that in
pushed
about a
enough.
decade.
And we put reviews on there. I put the reviews of these that we drink, so if you want to try them, you can give it a shot, That's where we're a little more serious than kind of we are here.
Done a review lately?
Yeah, I usually put them up almost every week, the ones we do.
Huh.
When I don't have COVID.
You learned.
Then I'm
you
doing
learned
that.
something. See, socially semi-distancing.
We're keeping ourselves apart. The alcohol kills that. It's another great thing about whiskey.
That's what I'm blaming
Please
my
still
health on.
consult your doctor. Don't take what I just said to be true at all.
Also, not doctors.
right, totally not.
Or
Anyway,
whiskey experts.
Thanks so much for watching
I'm out.
Whiskey at Work.